We arrived at the first site at 10 a.m. They were paying significantly more than they should have done for the solution that they had. The solution was quite old, didn't have a fantastic service. Sharon's certainly someone that I feel an affinity to. A lot of the times when I visit, we don't really talk telecoms at all. One of the things that's clear for Carisbrooke, for Sharon, is that community and that feel, especially being on the island, and yeah, okay, it's an hour's ferry ride from the centre of Southampton, but it is remote, it isn't on the mainland, and therefore the people of the island, they do genuinely rely on finding good partnerships, whether that's businesses or not, on the island with people they can rely on, and I certainly think Carisbrooke provide that. And they're in a situation, no matter where someone needs them or where they are situated on the island, they're able to get top quality care for their pets. And obviously, as we all know, pets are just part of the family. It's an extension of that person's family, so it's vital. And I think, you know, that went to show. Sharon's not a vet, but when we were on the island and we were doing the installation, a lady came over to ask the question, can I just get some advice? So a friend of mine's gone on holiday, they've left me with their pet snake and they've now told me that they don't want it returned. At that point, Sharon could have very, very easily turned around and said, look, we're not open, there's nothing I can do. However, she sat down with the lady, she gave her some advice, she gave her some numbers to call, and did her absolute utmost to try and help, because it's really, really key, and they're continually seen to be able to help the local community where possible. So main bulk of the solution was done the first time around. So 5 years ago, when we moved the guys at Carisbrooke Vets over to a cloud-based solution, a majority of the work was done at that point. One of the biggest things they benefit from is the ability to be able to see how many calls have come in, how many calls have gone out, if there's anyone waiting in queue, that type of stuff they didn't have on their sort of standard phone system. This was just updating the solution just to make sure that it's current. One of the biggest things and the biggest concerns that the team had at Carisbrooke was just ensuring that, yes, we're going to go through this upgrade. Yes, they understood we needed to do a bit of a refresh, but it's really, really important that they weren't without their phones or their solution. Prior planning for this one was quite important, because on the face of it, it may look as if actually not a huge amount was done. Yes, we've replaced the handsets, but actually because the guys that went out to do the installation had done most of the programming and all the prep work prior to the visit, it was a case of jumping on the ferry, going over to the multiple sites, plugging in the new handsets, and just ensuring that we kept that downtime to pretty much zero. But it allowed them to be able to continue without any disruption. They continued to working, you know, on their normal day-to-day. Yes, there was an engineer on site for a period of time, but that engineer was in and out very, very quickly and left them with a solution that was improved compared to what they had 2 days ago. It's certainly companies like Carisbrooke Vets, and certainly the characters within those organisations like Sharon, that are pillars of that community, that reminds us of exactly why it's so important for us to maintain the high levels of standards that we've provided over the years.